Chief Patron of this Faculty Development Program, Dr. Pankaj Basodia ji, Principal, Government College Rampur Bushar, who is connected with us virtually, respected resource person of the session, Dr. Devendra Sharma ji, Professor and Chairperson, Department of Commerce, Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla, Senior Faculty Member, Dr. Vidyabandhu Negi ji, who is connected with us virtually, Dr. T.D. Verma ji, Professor Rajesh Negi ji, Organizing Secretary, Dr. Anuradha Negi Kanyan ji, Dr. Asha Garg, all distinguished member of advisory committee connected with us virtually from different cluster colleges, all respected participants and esteemed faculty member. A warm welcome to this last technical session on the 6th day of this faculty development program on leading the future, innovation, and excellence in academia. I, Dr. Gopi Chand Negi, have a privilege of moderating today's session, and it's my honor to facilitate the discussion on very important theme which lie at the core of the institutional progress and academic excellence. Today's session on advanced research, skill and ethics is extremely relevant and crucial for each one of us who are the part of this academic ecosystem in the evolving landscape of higher education. Advanced research skill coupled with some strong ethical foundation are crucial for building academic credibility and societal trust. On this final technical session of the FTP, it is fitting that we reflect on the pillar that guide us not only in the producing research, but sustaining a culture of honesty, authenticity, integrity, and academic excellence. We are extremely fortunate that today we have very accomplished speaker as a resource person with us, Dr. Devendra Sharma ji. And it's my honor to introduce such an eminent scholar known for profound expertise and remarkable contribution in the field of higher education. Dr. Devendra Sharma ji is professor and chairman of Department of Commerce in Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla. His academic achievements including MCom, MPhil and PhD in Commerce, postgraduate diploma in Personal Management and Labor Welfare, postgraduate diploma in Journalism and Mass Communication, master degree in Journalism and Mass Communication, postgraduate diploma in Human Rights and master degree in Ecology and Environment. He remained Himachal Pradesh University postdoctoral research fellow during 1997 to 1999. Dr. Sharma has a wide teaching and research experience of about 26 years. At the level of university, he has supervised 21 PhD research scholars who have been awarded with their degree and guided 60 students of MPhil. He has also guided students of MCom, MBA and other postgraduate courses. He has been chief guest, keynote speaker, resource person, and expert of 95 conferences, including national and as well as international, and has organized 18 national and international conferences. He has been resource person in international conferences at Sharjah, Bangkok, Dubai, and Bali. Dr. Sharma is member of reputed national and international journals. He is chief editor of Connex Research, National Journal of Multidisciplinary Research. He has, to his credit, 119 research paper publications and has authored 16 books. Apart from it, he has written 15 assignment books for International Center for Distance Education and Open Learning, Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla, and has written 3 lessons for e-Pathshala. Government of India. He has, to his credit, 6 research projects sponsored by different sponsoring agencies, including Department of Welfare, Government of Himachal Pradesh, UGC, SSA, Samagra Shiksha, Himachal Pradesh University. Presently, he is working on 4 research projects, including project worth Rs 3 crores of Samagra Shiksha and project from Niti Aayog. He has handled different administrative positions of the university and is member of different academic and research committees of different universities. He has been conferred with the International Education Excellency Award in Finance Management by Center of Professional Advancement, West Midland, United Kingdom, during International Dialogue on New Education Policy, Quality and the Future, 2021, on 26 January 2021. He has also been awarded with Best Research Presentation in the International Conference on Tourism at Bali. Further, he has got special appreciation for his contribution to organize national webinar on managing personal finance, including mutual fund during and after COVID-19 from Association of Mutual Fund in India on December 18, 2020. He has also received letter of appreciation for his presentation as resource person in the national webinar organized by Gujranwala Guru Nanak Khalsa College, Ludhiana on 9 Feb 2022. His latest contribution to the field of research is his newly published book, Research Methodology, Procedure and Application for Researchers. He has also received letter of appreciation as a resource person at the 2-day international workshop on information and communication technology tool for effective teaching and learning organized by Community Institute of Commerce and Management Studies, Bengaluru, Karnataka on 2nd and 3rd March 2022. Dr. Devendra Sharma received letter of appreciation by Amin College of Arts and Science for Women affiliated to Bharathi Dasan University, K. Satanur, Trichy, and has been declared by the Scrutiny Committee for Guru Vashishta Award 2022 by the Dayanand Sagar Business School under the umbrella of MHRD and AICTE Government of India, declared on 5th September 2022. With decades of experience in guiding research scholars, supervising numerous theses, and contributing significantly to quality assurance in higher education, Dr. Sharma brings a rare blend of scholarly depth, administrative insight, and practical research wisdom. Now, without wasting much of your time, may I invite him to deliver his talk on advanced research skill and ethics. Thank you very much, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Most respected Principal, G.V. Pant Memorial Government College, Rampur, Dr. Pankaj Basotia ji, convener of this 1-week FDP, organizing committee members, and delegates present in this FDP. At the very outset, I am thankful to the organizers, especially my friend, Dr. Tikam Verma, for inviting me on the occasion of this last technical session to be part of this team. Indeed, my team, because I am from the teaching fraternity. And I think teachers are my fellow beings belonging to my fraternity. So I am feeling that I am in the company of my colleagues, my friends. So this is the golden opportunity for me to interact with the people who belong to the teaching fraternity. So for this, I'm thankful to the organizing committee for providing me this opportunity to share my views and indeed to learn many tips on research and academia. In the beginning, when I was sitting in the room of principal, I was asked whether you are having PPTs. I said, I'm not having anything. I'm just sharing my opinion, my experiences of my service for the last 2 or 3 decades. And despite of that, I am not having anything, neither in my brain nor in my pocket. So I would just share my opinion and I would try to know where I could not catch the things and I would learn from my fellow beings. I was told that I have to discuss on advanced research skills and other dimension is ethics, two different dimensions. Friends, as all of us know, that research is that area which is not of interest of all. Because only those people can pursue research or can involve in research who are having interest in research. So far, the question of academia is concerned. It is that skill which is acquired, but in case of research, in addition to acquiring skill of research, the important thing is that we must have interest in research. So, to start with, I think I should discuss what academia is and what research is. And what is the basic difference between these two, academia as well as research. When we talk about academia, we are simply concerned with what we are learning. Learning means that some content is given and we are confined to that content. What we are doing is that the syllabus is given, we select the content, raise questions, and find out the answer from that content. So simply saying that everything is there, we have to identify the answer from that content. But this is not the case with the research. It is something one step ahead academia. It is that step which is related to the excellence of academia. So when we talk about research, it means that we are raising questions for our own selves. We are not confined to that book. If we are having the ability to raise questions for our own selves and are trying to find out the answer of those questions, it means we are pursuing towards research. So this is the basic difference between the academia and research. So in this sense, at least we must consider that those people who are interested in raising questions for own selves and then trying to find out the answers, only those people can pursue research. This is very much clear. So I don't know how many of us are interested in research. In the beginning, when sir was reading my uh, profile, definitely it is a challenging job, because once the detailed profile is read, a question is raised to the resource person to justify whether the person is able to say justify the role, whatever is said about him. I would try to justify myself. As I stated with regard to research, there are certain qualities which must be contained by the person who is interested in research. These qualities are, number one is creativity. The researcher must be creative, must have interest, must be innovative, and whatever task the person is taking, that must have some implication. If we have to select some theme, some title for pursuing research, and we are hypothetically pursuing towards research without having any quality of creativity, interest, or innovation, and the topic is selected in such a way that is not beneficial for any stakeholder, definitely that research is not of any use. So these are certain points which we have to take into consideration while pursuing research. We know that NEP is being implemented, and there is a provision in the NEP to 2020 that in the 4th year at undergraduate level, it is mandatory to let the students be proceeded towards research. And if we people are not prepared to let them guide, I don't think the students would be proficient researchers. So at least we must have basic level of knowledge how to pursue research. UGCA has also set certain conditions just to have quality of research. So I think we should start with how to proceed towards research paper, then after projects, then researches like thesis, and in between as well as at the end we would talk about research ethics, because there are two dimensions. One is regarding research and the other one is ethics. So let's start with the precautions we have to take when we have to proceed towards research papers. Let's see the UGC guidelines. UGC has set 8 criteria or 8 category framework, which is basically focusing upon 3 important dimensions. Number one is the journal selection, because if you have to get your paper published, so first question which would arise in your brain is that which journal should be selected. So first condition of the UGC is regarding the selection of the journal. Second condition is related to the editorial rigor. What kind of editorial team is there, which is related to the research journal. And the third condition is the quality of the content of your research paper, or the quality of content which is being accepted by the concerned research journal. So these 8 conditions, these are in these 3 categories. So when we talk about first condition or first category, the journal selection, basically it is concerned with the journal, what criteria the journals are having with regard to peer review, what are the conditions regarding ethics being followed by the journal. Similarly, when we talk about the editorial rigor, whether or what kind of peer review provision is there being followed by the research journal, and what is the timeline of the research journal. Similarly, when we talk about content quality, so content quality is concerned with the ethical standards, of the research journal and the implication of the research journal. So here, when we talk about peer review, actually this peer review is when you are writing your research paper and that paper is submitted to some research journal. There is a provision of the research journal to evaluate that research paper. So the criteria set by the research journal can be single blind peer review or double blind peer review, or otherwise open review. So what these 3 terms are, when we talk about single peer review, blind review, it means that when you have submitted your research paper, the editorial team or the reviewer knows about everything about you, but you do not know anything about the reviewer. So this is a single way process. They know that this is the person, this person is serving in this organization, this is the background of the person concerned, but you do not know where my paper has been reviewed or gone. So they review, and if they feel that this is a good paper, we should accept it, then they would accept it. That is single blind review. A double blind review means that neither the reviewer knows about you nor you know about the reviewer. Both ways. This is blind, both ways. So in this case, this is entirely objective. There is no subjectivity. If they feel that paper is suitable, they would accept it. If they feel that it is not suitable, they would put certain remarks and then would be referred back. And third kind of paper which is open review, is that both parties knows each other, that paper is reviewed and they discuss, and then if they feel that the paper can be accepted, they would accept it. That is actually the concept of peer review. Another condition is which they consider, then later on we would discuss how to prepare research papers. But at least we must be clear that these are the criteria which are being observed, or on the basis of these criteria, the papers are being accepted or refused. One is the indexing. Very interesting. And people generally try to know impact factor or indexing. So what is it? Actually, when we talk about indexing, nowadays it is online system. Like H index. It is termed as hash index, introduced in 2005. H index. Suppose one of us has published, say, 25 research papers, and out of these 25 papers, there are 15 such research papers which have been cited 15 times each. I am repeating. One person has got 25 research papers published. Out of these 25 papers, 15 research papers are such that every research paper is cited 15 times. 15 रिसर्च पेपर थे, एक एक करके हर एक on an average, even can be more than 15 times, but every paper is at least cited 15 times by the readers. Then such person would be considered as the author of H index with 15 research papers. Now, if he is having 16th research paper, having less than 16 reviews, that person would be considered H index with 15 research papers. But once that has crossed the limit of 15 and rest of the 15 research papers have also been crossed 16, only then that author would be considered as person having 16 H index. So what I mean to say is that the limit is the same. Just to justify the quality of research, the limit is same for all research papers. That limit would be considered as H index limit. Got it? समझ में क्या बोल रहा हूं मैं? 16 रिसर्च पेपर हैं, अगर 16 के 16 बार ही किसी ने साइट कर रखे हों तो H इंडेक्स 16 होगा. अगर मेरे पास 80 रिसर्च पेपर हैं, उनमें से 18 रिसर्च पेपर ऐसे हैं जिनको 18 बार एटलीस्ट बराबर होना चाहिए साइट किया गया है, तो मेरा H इंडेक्स 18 होगा. दिस इज द बेंचमार्क, दिस इज द बेसिक लिमिट. गॉट इट? So this is the meaning of H index quality. Similarly, I index. Actually, this is being followed by Google Scholar in 2011. So I index refers to the indexing of research papers. How many times a research paper, this is related to single research paper has been cited by the readers. So I index is concerned with the individual research paper, whereas H index is the benchmark of total number of research papers. There is a limit to assure quality. I-10 index, that at least the research paper must be having 10 citations, that is I-10 index. So there are certain platforms through which this kind of indexing is ensured. One term which we must know about research is related to scopus. This is also a platform. Actually, it has set a standard for the research papers and indeed for the research journals which are under the Scopus platform. So the condition is to maintain quality, peer review, and citation. So there are certain research journals which are according to the standard of the Scopus. They are indexed, and if you are fulfilling the condition of any one of such journals, and your paper can be considered by the Scopus journal, right? So these are certain conditions which we must know when we are going to submit our papers for publication. Now question arises, how to write research paper? What should be the skills we must have to write research papers? Or we can say, this kind of research for whom, by whom, and for what purpose? At least we must be clear that if we have to write a research paper, for what purpose that research paper we are taking up. So at least we must be clear about the implications of the theme we have chosen. That is what I understand as research for what. For what means that we must be clear about the implication of the study, the research we are pursuing. Second thing is, for whom? If we are pursuing this research, obviously we would get benefited. One can be the reason of our promotions, that is there, we agree. But despite of that, it must be beneficial for different stakeholders, and that must be clear. And by whom means, if we are creative, we have interest. By whom का मतलब ये है, whom तो हम नहीं करना है, but whom here I mean is that if we are having interest in writing research paper, only then we should pursue for writing research paper, otherwise leave it. अगर शौक नहीं है तो क्या जरूरत है जबरदस्ती को, हम नहीं कर पाएंगे, कंपल्शन से हम कभी रिसर्च पेपर नहीं लिख पाएंगे. अगर हमें इंटरेस्ट है, वो क्यूरियोसिटी अगर हमने वो झील हमें आ गई, only then we can write research paper. So this is the most important thing we must have in order to write a research paper. So what I mean to say here is that first thing is, पहले तो हमने इंटरेस्ट जगाना ही पड़ेगा अगर हम चाहें, चाहे वो इस वजह से है कि मेरी प्रमोशन के लिए या मुझे कुछ बेनिफिट होने के लिए ये रिसर्च पेपर लिखना है, या इसलिए कि चलो ये भी देखते हैं इससे भी कुछ नया कैसे ओरिजिनली लैंग्वेज को लिखा जा सकता है, या इसमें कैसे क्रिएटिविटी लाई जा सकती है. जिनको ये शौक है वो लोग रिसर्च में जुड़ें और पूरे मन से जुड़ें, ये ज़रूरी चीज़ है। और जब आपने परसू करना है, कंडीशंस को आपको, जैसे यूजीसी गाइडलाइंस मैंने बताया, दीज गाइडलाइंस मस्ट बी kept into mind while you are submitting your research paper. Now, how to start with? Every one of us knows that there is a set pattern of writing a research paper or even a research. We know that first task is to decide the theme, the title. The title must be such that it is representing the whole content. The title must be set as it is having the sub-objectives, or it is representing the sub-objectives of the study, the research. The title must be such that it must be a package in itself, not much lengthy, not much short, but clear. So due precaution is required to be taken at the time of deciding the research title. Not much exhaustive, not much exclusive, not much lengthy, not much short. बहुत ध्यान से सिलेक्ट करना होगा और ऐसा होना चाहिए जिसमें कि जब आप 300 पेज अंदर भर रही हो, वो 300 वो 4 शब्दों से वो रिप्रेजेंट कर जाए, और वो 4 शब्द ऐसे सिलेक्ट करने हैं कि जो 3 या 4 आपने सब थीम रखे हैं, मींस ऑब्जेक्टिव्स रखे हैं, वो चारों उसी में ही रिप्रेजेंट वो थीम कर जाए. That should be the precaution we have to take at the time of deciding our title of the research study. Can be research paper, can be thesis, can be project title. Second thing is the content. We have to discuss in details. So content refers to that aspect of that study, that research, which is addressing the justification of what we are going to discuss in this study, in this research paper, in this project, in this thesis. That content should not be something which is not relevant. इंट्रोडक्शन जब लिखनी है तो इंट्रोडक्शन ऐसी होनी चाहिए that it should connect with the objectives of the study. So it should not cover something which is not required. And there must be justification of selecting the title, and justification is given through literature review. So next step is related to the literature review, which justifies the selection of the title. Then after, analysis is made by using certain research techniques, which is a very detailed concept, cannot be discussed in say 1 or 2 hours. But if I could get time, I would point on certain techniques which can be applied in research. Maybe some of us are from mathematics or statistics background, so they know better about the descriptive and inferential techniques used in research. I would try to pinpoint certain techniques, and after analysis by using certain techniques, we come to the conclusion, we identify certain gaps, and give recommendations. Generally, when students discuss with us, what they discuss or certain, we can say, the mistakes they do are that when the analysis is done, then after they have to interpret the things, and at the end of the interpretations, generally they say that should we refer the content we have interpreted. We should understand that citation, where to cite, what to cite, and what is the purpose of citation. Citation refers to that aspect of the research which is meant for proving trustworthiness, truthfulness, authenticity of what we are presenting. But when we have drawn analysis and we are interpreting the things and we are trying to cite, it means that we are not knowing anything. Whatever we have analyzed, we are just copying from others. So there is no justification of giving reference on the analysis we have drawn. समझ रहे हो क्या बोल रहा हूं मैं? जो ये रेफरेंस देने की बात है, साइटेशन की बात है, वो कहां लगनी चाहिए? वो लगनी चाहिए कोई हमने डेटा, कोई एविडेंस देनी है, कोई बात हमने कोट करनी है कि दिस इज द सेंटेंस which I am using and this I am supplementing this thing on the basis of the thing already mentioned by this person. इस आदमी ने पहले दे रखा है ये, इसलिए मैं ये एविडेंस के रूप में आपको प्रेजेंट कर रहा हूं. लेकिन जब एनालिसिस हमने ही कर दिया डेटा बेसिस पे और फिर कहने लगे कि ये लैंग्वेज के लिए मैं साइटेशन देने लगा, तो उसकी कोई जस्टिफिकेशन नहीं है. वो तो इसका मतलब मुझे कुछ नहीं आता, मैं तो लैंग्वेज भी नहीं लिख सकता, ये भी मैंने दूसरे का रेफरेंस दे दिया. सो वी मस्ट बी क्लियर अबाउट वेयर वी हैव टू cite the things, where we have to give the reference. And then after we have to select the journals, we have to see the criteria I have already discussed, and on that basis we would present that paper on the concerned research journal. Definitely they would have certain observations. They may refer your paper back. Don't worry, Anando. Whatever remarks they are giving, we have to comply. We have to give, say, answer of those queries, and then after submit the same research paper afresh. There would be a time when that paper would be accepted. Definitely. वो छपेगा अगर आप में झील है, मेहनत से काम कर रखा है, ओरिजिनलिटी से काम कर रखा है. ठीक है? So what I mean to say is that honestly, if we have done some effort for the benefit of some stakeholders and we have chosen a good journal, though there can be queries, but later on that would be published, and that would have a meaning, improve our H index, would be beneficial in all respects. Same is the case with the projects. In case of projects, we have to submit a proposal. I would discuss the process, how the proposals are being submitted, what are the conditions which we must keep into brain while submitting the proposal. and what criteria different agencies expect from us while submitting the proposal. But before discussing that, I think I should proceed towards ethics, because that is a very important component. By ethics, what we mean to or what we refer to? जब हम एथिक्स की बात करते हैं तो एथिक्स का मतलब क्या समझते होंगे हम? क्या समझते होंगे कि एथिक्स चीज क्या है? कुछ ऑनेस्टी होगी, ऑनेस्टी होगी, ऑनेस्टी होगी, है ना? कुछ, हाँ, जो मेरी कॉन्शियस बताती है, एक ईमानदारी। जब हम बात करते हैं अपनी एथिक्स की, जब हम बात करते हैं अपने कल्चर की, हम अपने भगवद गीता की, these are the role models, these are the spiritual books, these are the inspiration addressing our ethics. But we must be clear that every aspect of our life is connected with ethics, and this is a concept which is subjective, maybe little bit controversial, but ethics is that concept which is controversial. For example, the ethics of teachers are set may be different from the ethics of some other profession. Ethics of business personnel are different. Broader perspective is same. ईमानदार रहना अपने प्रोफेशन के लिए वो सबको रहना है, लेकिन मेरी ईमानदारी क्या है एज ए टीचर, वो ईमानदारी डिफाइंड अलग तरह से है, बिजनेसमैन के अलग तरह से है. सो एथिकल स्टैंडर्ड्स दे लिटिल बिट डिफर, they are subjective. Similarly, for academia, ethic is little bit different in comparison to research. रिसर्च की जो एथिक्स होंगी वो थोड़ा सा, मैंने कहा ना कि क्वेश्चंस भी अपने आप को रेज करने होंगे, तो वो एथिक्स थोड़ी सी डिफरेंट होंगी, जबकि एजुकेशन में वो थोड़ी सी डाउन लेवल की है. सो इट इज concept which is ethics is that concept which is subjective. There is not full objectivity in case of ethics. Now let's try to understand. If we are ethically strong as researchers, research की बात चल रही है, हम ethically बहुत strong हैं, in that case there is no issue of cheating, because in research it is against, cheating is against ethics, so there is no question of cheating. अगर मैंने ईमानदारी से सेंटेंस लिख रखे हैं तो प्लेगरिज्म कहां से आएगा? तो वो प्लेगरिज्म के पैकेजेस कहां से आएंगे? उसकी तो जरूरत ही नहीं है, उसकी तो जरूरत होनी भी नहीं चाहिए. So here definition of ethics is little a bit different, and it is concerned with the honesty towards research. Honesty towards research. वो honesty किस तरह से होगी रिसर्च पे? अब वो शुरू से समझते हैं. जब हमने थीम डिसाइड करना है, टाइटल डिसाइड करना है, उस वक्त honesty कैसी होनी चाहिए? पहले तो how to decide title, how to decide theme of the study, वहां पर ऑनेस्टी कैसे दिखानी, वहां पर एथिक्स कैसे लगाने हैं. इफ आई आस्क Suppose you have to decide a title. Decide a title. What would be the criteria in your brain to decide the title? Especially I'm talking about the title being chosen by people who are from social sciences. Because in case of physical sciences, the pattern may be a little bit different. हालांकि लैब में उनके भी वैसे ही होता है, एक्सपेरिमेंटल होता है. लेकिन सोशल साइंसेस, सिंस आई एम फ्रॉम सोशल साइंसेस, so I am very much clear about deciding the title in social sciences. So I'm using one term. One is connotation. Connotation and denotation. Connotation and denotation. इसी में ही ethics लगानी हमने. I'm saying that our title should be connotative, not denotative. Our title should be connotative, not denotative. It means that title should not address what is contained in the address the answer what is contained in the content. वो आंसर पहले नहीं पता लग जाना चाहिए. जो थीम हमने रखा है उस थीम में आंसर पहले नहीं दिखना चाहिए. तब तो बाइस हो गया, तब तो प्रेजुडिसेस हो गई. फॉर एग्जांपल एनईपी की बात करते हैं. नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी empowering employability. Just please, if you are having pen and paper, you can write down national education policy empowering employability. Right? Or analysis of national education policy empowering employability. Analysis of national education policy empowering employability. Another title is analysis of national education policy and employability. And employability. These are two different things. Analysis of national education policy empowering employability, and the other one is analysis of national education policy and employability. So what is the difference in these two titles? First is denotative, whereas second one is connotative. First one is denoting something. We can say on the basis of this title that we are hinting towards national education policy, that it is empowering employment. It means we are not going to criticize this policy because this is given in the theme. Empowering जो बोल दिया हमने, जबकि होना कि हो सकता है एम्पावर कर रही है, दैट इज द क्वेश्चन ऑफ रिसर्च. तो हमने तो ऐसे लिखना है नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी एंड एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी. एम्पावर कर रहा होगा तो आंसर में आ जाएगा, नहीं कर रहा होगा तो नहीं आएगा. सो व्हाई शुड वी राइट एम्पावरिंग? सो एथिक्स सेज दैट वी शुड नॉट बी बाइस्ड while choosing the title. We should not be biased. So our theme should be connotative. Similarly, when we are using the content or writing the content, sometimes what happens, impression जमाने के लिए हम क्या कर लेते हैं कि महात्मा गांधी, इसको उसमें नहीं लेना आपने, किसी का भी, ऐसा कहता हूं, किसी का भी जो हमारे रोल मॉडल्स हैं वो कोटेशन हम टॉप में लिख देते हैं. भगवत गीता के भी लिख देते हैं, बहुत अच्छी बात है. लेकिन रिसर्च में क्या है, if we are writing some quotation on the very top, it means we are going to conduct the study on that quotation, जबकि ऐसा नहीं है. If our title is related to that quotation only, then that is perfect. Otherwise, अगर हम कोई quotation ऊपर लिख रहे हैं कि उन्होंने ये कहा, इसका मतलब हम इसी को ही रोल मॉडल लेकर के सारी रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, है ना. इसी को ही अपना थीम मान करके इसको हम सप्लीमेंट कर रहे हैं. तो हम तो सप्लीमेंट नहीं कर रहे हैं. इन केस दैट इज बीइंग say considered somewhere in the content in between, we can mention it in text reference, but if at the very top we are taking it, then it means we are addressing this title. Got it? तो हम टाइटल में अगर उसको ले रहे हैं तो इसका मतलब इसी को ही तो हम आगे सप्लीमेंट कर रहे हैं. हम इसके ओपिनियन को आगे एक्सेप्ट करते हुए आगे अपनी स्टडी को कर रहे हैं, जबकि ऐसा मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस इट डजंट हैपन. सो हम तो अपनी स्टडी कर रहे हैं, वो वैसे ही डाल दिया हमने ऊपर, तो वो नहीं. तीसरी एक एथिक बताता हूं मैं आपको. हम क्या करते हैं, प्राइम मिनिस्टर या किसी अथॉरिटी का कोई एड्रेस है, तो एड्रेस किसका होना चाहिए, उस अथॉरिटी उस पोजीशन का. But sometimes we take the name because the decision or that reference pertains to the position, not to the person. So according to the ethics of research, we should not take person but the position. One ethical condition is that we should not address in active voice. बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात है. Sometimes we use the sentence, we have taken this analysis, I have taken it. No, convert it into the passive voice. We should not take example. For example, we should not use prejudices. We should not use certain terms like various. A number of people came. अब अरे रिसर्च का है कि नंबर ऑफ ही बोल दिया, वो तो एकेडमिक आदमी भी बोल सकेगा. वी हैव टू मेंशन दैट नंबर, क्योंकि हम तो रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, हम हाइपोथेटिकली नहीं चल सकते. सो दीज आर द एथिक्स वी हैव टू फॉलो. देयर इज अ लिस्ट ऑफ ethics in research. When we use the literature review, there is a set pattern of ethics we follow. We have to identify the gaps which are justifiable for our research theme. Our title must have certain pinpointed objectives, and our objectives must be related to our findings, and our findings must be related to our conclusion and suggestion. Most important ethic is that we should not copy. We should not copy anything. If we are having, say, requirement of taking some concept from somewhere, we have to refer it. और वहीं से साइटेशन होती है. वो जो गड़बड़ है वो भी मैं बाद में बताऊंगा कि गड़बड़ क्या करते हैं जो साइटेशन वाले, जो गेम चल रहा है, वो उस पर भी थोड़ा हिंट दूंगा मैं. But we have to, being honest researchers, we have to give reference. And when we have completed our research by giving due place for anything which we have taken from any source, perfectly as per the pattern of referencing, चाहे वो APA स्टाइल है, MLA स्टाइल है, शिकागो स्टाइल है, different styles. This concept of plagiarism has come only due to the fact that people usually take the content, take the material analysis part from nowadays AI. Though UGC has accepted AI, there is AI policy of the UGC, but there are certain conditions. The conditions are that you take for your knowledge, you take the help of AI for your knowledge, but don't copy and paste it. ये जो कंट्रोल सी और कंट्रोल वी है ना, ये बहुत खतरनाक है. और इसी से ही चाहे उरकुंड आया है या ये सारे चेक करने वाले जो सॉफ्टवेयर आए हैं, ये इसी को ही रोकने के लिए है. Indeed, nowadays these packages are being used in research. So there is a condition that the limit should be within say 10. वो रख दिया कि अगर प्लेगरिज्म आता है तो 10% से कम ही होना चाहिए. वो रेफरेंसिंग वगैरह की वजह से आ जाता है. So this is about the ethics in research, right from deciding the title till we have completed the research. Now certain advanced techniques which we can use in research. Skills की बात, थोड़ी थोड़ी skills बताता हूँ कैसे करते हैं हम. Perhaps you people know about exploratory research, experimental research, variables, attributes. Let me focus upon certain points. First, exploratory research. Exploratory simply means that we are exploring the things. When we have to decide the title, we explore from the literature. कुछ किताबें पढ़ी, कुछ स्टडीज देखी. टाइटल कैसे ब्रेन पे आएगा? टाइटल तब आएगा when you face the real situation. If I am traveling from Shimla to Rampur and on the way I am facing certain problems and question arises in my brain that why these problems arise and what should be the remedies to address these problems. And as a researcher, I would try to decide the theme. But before deciding that theme, I would try to know why this problem has occurred, whether the researchers have not conducted researches on this topic so far. So I would try to consult the literature. And if I find that people have already gone through this problem, and still this problem is arising due to certain reasons that their solutions are not perfect, or if their solutions are perfect, they are not being implemented. So what is the reason that the solutions which have been already given have not been implemented? So I would try to add some knowledge, because research is that step. Suppose I have to step upwards from this floor to the next floor, I would have to use stairs. So research is the next step of the stair. Next step of the stair. So when we are deciding the title, definitely we would have to use certain techniques, and that is based on the exploratory research. And then after we do certain experiments, that is experimental research. पहले तो हमने टाइटल एक्सप्लोर किया, उसके बाद फिर एक्सपेरिमेंट्स किए और टाइटल किया और हम काम करने लग गए. नाउ व्हाइल परसुइंग अवर रिसर्च एक्सपेरिमेंट्स जब हम कर रहे हैं, we use two terms, one is primary and the second one is secondary. Every one of us knows better about primary and secondary. These are the data sources where from we take data. And once we have got the data, now we are playing with that data. We are using certain instruments on that data. And when analyzing with the help of tools, instruments, one thing which we must know, that though data is important, but it is not everything. I am repeating. Data is, say, tool is important. मैंने data तो नहीं बोल दिया था पहले. Tool is important, but not everything. Not everything. When we are analyzing data, though tool is important, but it is not everything. I am going to the tailor to stitch a shirt. I am not concerned whether the shirt, the scissor that tailor has used, because my concern is shirt. वो कैंची छोटी हो बड़ी हो उससे मतलब नहीं है, इतना लगानी पड़ेगी उसको, वो इंस्ट्रूमेंट यूज करना पड़ेगा, लेकिन मेरा कंसर्न ये नहीं है कि यही वाली कैंची लगानी है. गॉट इट? तो टूल्स आर देयर, दे आर रिक्वायर्ड, लेकिन सब कुछ वो नहीं है कि भाई यही कैंची लगानी है. नहीं, वो क्या, वो तो बात नहीं बनी. मुझे तो आंसर से मतलब है, मुझे सॉल्यूशन से मतलब है, मुझे उस शर्ट से मतलब है, वो परफेक्ट होनी चाहिए. लेकिन वो जरूरी तो है, अब वो किस तरह से यूज करने हैं. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट सर्टेन टूल्स व्हिच आर यूज्ड इन स्टैटिस्टिक्स. अकाउंटेंसी में भी होते हैं, मैथमेटिक्स में भी होते हैं. मैं जो अभी आपके साथ डिस्कस कर रहा हूँ वो है स्टैटिस्टिक्स के टूल्स. अब हमने क्या करना है, जो हम स्टैटिस्टिक्स की बुक पढ़ते हैं, दैट इज डिवाइडेड इनटू टू पार्ट्स. वन इज डिस्क्रिप्टिव पार्ट एंड द अदर वन इज इन्फरेंशियल पार्ट. डिस्क्रिप्टिव एज वेल एज इन्फरेंशियल पार्ट. वन इज based on the parameter and other one is based on statistic. In simple sense, when we talk about parametric tests and non-parametric tests, what is it? If our population size is finite and limited, I am repeating, population size is finite and limited, थोड़ा है और finite है, काउंट किया जा सकता है. In that case, parametric tests are used. Parametric tests are used. Otherwise, if size is large enough, finite as well as infinite, बड़े साइज का है, चाहे फाइनाइट है, बोर तो नहीं हो रहे हैं, बोर तो नहीं हो रहे हैं, फाइनाइट है या इनफाइनाइट है पर साइज बड़ा है. इन दैट केस वी कैन नॉट यूज पैरामीटर्स, वी यूज स्टैटिस्टिक, मींस सैंपल लेना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि सारे को कवर नहीं कर पाएंगे. तो हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, सैंपल लेना पड़ेगा। और सैंपल लेने का मतलब क्या हुआ कि ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ सैंपल वी आर रिप्रेजेंटिंग दैट लार्ज साइज पॉपुलेशन, चाहे वो फाइनाइट है चाहे वो इनफाइनाइट है, यही पढ़ते हैं हम। और उसके लिए हम क्या करते हैं, उसके लिए हम हाइपोथेसिस डिवाइस करते हैं कि भाई जो आंसर इस सैंपल का होगा दैट आंसर वुड बी द सेम एज पर द आंसर ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन। वो तब हो सकता है इफ आवर सैंपल इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग दैट लार्ज साइज, चाहे वो फाइनाइट है इनफाइनाइट है पॉपुलेशन। ये एक हाथ है ना, ये पॉपुलेशन है और ये सैंपल ले रखा है। अगर इसी डिजाइन का होगा तभी वो मैच करेगा, तभी वो मैच करेगा। और हम उसमें क्या करते हैं, नॉर्मेलिटी देखते हैं, नॉर्मेलिटी देखते हैं। इसका कहने का मतलब क्या है कि हम उसमें सिग्निफिकेंस देखते हैं। द पॉइंट इज दैट टू व्हाट एक्सटेंट आवर सैंपल इज परफेक्ट टू द पॉपुलेशन। तो हम क्या करते हैं, 5% सिग्निफिकेंस लेवल पे चेक करते हैं, 1% पे करते हैं या 10% पे करते हैं, इन्फरेंसेस पे ड्रॉ करते हैं। इन केस ऑफ डिस्क्रिप्टिव एनालिसिस, जो डिस्क्रिप्टिव एनालिसिस किया जाता है उसमें क्या करते हैं हम, अब डेटा को एनालिसिस करना है। इसके लिए हमें समझना होगा, पहले तो हमने वेरिएबल समझने हैं। वेरिएबल, देयर इज अ टर्म वेरिएबल, वन इज एट्रीब्यूट, वेरिएबल एंड एट्रीब्यूट। व्हाट इज अ वेरिएबल? वेरिएबल इज दैट विच वेरीज, सिंपल है, जो वेरी कर रहा है वो वेरिएबल। तो एट्रीब्यूट क्या है, वो भी तो वेरी करता है, वो भी तो वेरी कर रहा है। Basic difference is that in case of variable, every subject is varying. Every subject is varying. मेरी एज अलग, इनके 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 सबकी अलग। लेकिन जेंडर में तो कैटेगराइजेशन है, रिलीजन में तो कैटेगराइजेशन है, वेरी वो भी कर रहा है, वो भी कर रहा है। कास्ट, क्रीड, जेंडर वो भी कर रहा है, लेकिन उसका स्पेसिफाइड, देयर इज ए स्पेसिफाइड कैटेगरी। सो व्हेन देयर इज कैटेगराइजेशन ऑफ वेरिएबल, इट इज टर्म्ड एज एट्रीब्यूट, तब वो एट्रीब्यूट हो गया, तब वो एट्रीब्यूट हो गया, अदरवाइज वो वेरिएबल है। एंड व्हाट वी डू इन रिसर्च, कॉजल रिसर्च में जो हम करते हैं, रिलेशनशिप of one variable with the other variable, one is dependent variable, the other one is, hypothesis बनती इस तरह से है, one is dependent variable, the other one is independent variable. There is impact of education on employability, टेस्ट करो है होता है या नहीं होता है। So one is independent variable, the other one is dependent, education and employment. But sometimes when we conduct our research, we find certain other variables which are not in the category of those independent and dependent variables, means extraneous, बाहर से आ गए, उनका impact नजर आ गया. So such variables are extraneous variables, right? So dependent, independent and extraneous. So whole exercise is done on these variables and certain constructs are prepared and we अप्लाई सर्टन टूल्स। अब टूल्स की बात करता हूँ, जो हमारे को स्किल थोड़ी सीखनी है। डिस्क्रिप्टिव की स्किल्स हम बताते हैं। वी स्टार्ट विद सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी, वहां से शुरू करते हैं हम। जो बिल्कुल बेसिक जो चीज करते हैं वो सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी। व्हाट इज सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी? इट इज दैट वैल्यू विच इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग ऑल। चाहे मीन, मीडियन, मोड जो भी है, वो क्या एक वैल्यू होगी जो सबको रिप्रेजेंट कर रही है, तो उस वैल्यू को हम ले लेते हैं, कंप्यूटेशन करेंगे, वो वैल्यू बता देंगे इसके सराउंडिंग में है। अब उसमें भी देखा जाता है देयर आर टू डिफरेंट सिचुएशंस। इन वन सिचुएशन the answer is the same which is in the second situation. Average same है, लेकिन periphery can be different. So in order to determine the periphery within which all values fall, that is determined by dispersion, consistency and inconsistency. कि एवरेज तो आई 25 और हर एक के का स्कोर है 25 का 28 हो सकता है, 23 हो सकता है, 27 हो सकता है, 24 हो सकता है, बिल्कुल क्लोज। बट इन द सेकंड सिचुएशन एवरेज है 25, लेकिन किसी के हो सकते हैं 12, किसी के हो सकते हैं 36, तो वहां पेरिफेरी बढ़ गई। सो दैट टू डिटरमिन दैट पेरिफेरी, this variability or variation, that is by dispersion. Now अब हमने वो भी देख लिया, dispersion है, variability है, whether that is inclined towards higher side or lower side, higher side or lower side. So that is determined by applying skewness. Simple thing, स्क्यूनेस की माइनस वैल्यू होगी तो कह दिया कि हायर साइड को है, कि आंसर तो है 25, लेकिन उसमें एक वैल्यू हो सकती है 36, एक हो सकती है 12। अब ज्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिस 12 की तरफ को या 36 की तरफ को है, तो अगर माइनस में स्क्यूनेस वैल्यू है तो हम कहेंगे कि 25 से ऊपर वाले होने चाहिए, ज्यादा लोग उस तरफ के हैं, रिस्पॉन्सिस उस तरफ के हैं। सो इंक्लिनेशन दैट इज डिटरमिन्ड बाय स्क्यूनेस। Then another one is kurtosis. क्या रिस्पॉन्सिस हमारे बंच्ड हैं या फ्लैप हैं, बिखरे स्प्रेड है? सो फिशर्स टेक्निक ऑफ kurtosis, leptokurtic, mesokurtic or platokurtic. Plate means that if there are 100 people, whether responses are spread, platokurtic. मिडल है, क्लोजर है, तो ये लीफ की तरफ होंगे, platokurtic. So this way descriptive techniques are applied. Similarly, correlation, how much one component is related to the other one, that is done by correlation analysis. Regression, how much is the impact step by step of one variable on the other variable, that is by regression. How much change has taken place time to time, that is applied by time series. Now in case of inferential analysis, if we have to test the significance of inference, then we apply chi-square test. If different samples are taken, then F-test, ANOVA. So these are the techniques which are applied to analyze our results. So I think I have discussed so many things. So if you are interested to discuss something, you may please discuss. ठीक लिया टाइम, ज़्यादा तो नहीं, ठीक है टाइम।
Thank you very much, sir. Your talk, which comprise in two parts. One is advanced research and second part is ethics. And your talk uh, help us to understand various aspects of research, selection of journals, editorial teams, content quality, peer review in terms of single, blind, double blind, and open review, indexing in terms of H indexing, I indexing, quality citation, peer review required for the Scopus journal. And in the second part, in ethics, various aspects of ethics in terms of connotative and denotative, techniques used in research, etc., etc. Thank you very much, sir, for such a insightful, enriching, and thought-provoking session. Your expertise and valuable perception greatly enhance our understanding about the topic. We truly thankful to you, sir, for your time and wisdom that you share with us today. Now, we are moving to the next interactive segment of this session. And we are now, the floor is now open for everyone. I request the technical team to unmute all the participants. Floor is open to everyone for question and answer. The participant may raise your hands or you may type your question in the chat box, or you may also comment and interact with our resource person. Once again, I may request online participant to raise the hand if you want to interact with our resource person. Sir, I think this is question. There is a question in the chat box. Variable are quantitative data and attributes are qualitative in nature. Yes, this is Dr. Ajay Kumar. Dr. Ajay, sir, can you unmute yourself? Please unmute your microphone. And you can ask yourself to the resource person, whether it is your Dr. Ajay Kumar, sir. Yes. Dr. Anil Kumar, sir, would you like to ask? I really appreciate if online participant ask question, because the offline participant still have chance to interact with our resource person even after the session. So I really appreciate if somebody on the online participant ask the question. Meanwhile, all the esteemed faculty member who are present here, you can ask if any doubts and queries are there. Yes, sir. Please.
Sir, please, how impact factor is calculated? Suppose it is 7.95.
Yes, yes.
How it is calculated, please, sir?
Actually, to examine the impact, we use regression analysis. Regression refers to the impact of one variable on the other, and on the other situation, the impact of the other variable on the first variable. When we talk about correlation or relationship, it is simply done by correlation analysis. But for impact, checking impact, we apply regression analysis. Regression.
Any more question, please?
नॉर्थ से सर रामपुर कॉलेज में बहुत अच्छा लगा सर रिसर्च का फील्ड तो ऐसा सर ये तो इसमें इतना क्या काम किया जाए कम है बट काफ़ी समय से मेरे मन में एक विचार आता है थोड़ा समय के अभाव में कुछ कर नहीं पाता हूँ तो जैसे हमारे गांव में लेजेंड्स होते हैं या लोक गाथा क्या उसमें रिसर्च करने का कोई गैप है?
बिल्कुल है।
तो अगर गैप है तो मैं कई बार ढूंढने की कोशिश करता हूँ। तो जैसे मैं टॉपिक सेलेक्ट करना है, तो क्या मैं इस तरह के टॉपिक सेलेक्ट कर सकता हूँ? तो मैं आपको अगर आपकी अप्रूवल के लिए बोलना चाहूँगा। तो जैसे मैं लेजेंड्स पे करना चाहता हूँ, तो कोई भी लेजेंड है तो उस पे जैसे मैं करता हिस्टोरिकल पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ द लेजेंड्स, या नेम ऑफ द लेजेंड, फिर हिस्ट्री और मिथ, या फिर ट्रैवल इमेजिनेशन एंड द कांसेप्ट ऑफ मेमोरी, अ केस स्टडी ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर लेजेंड।
जहाँ पर आपने
तो इस तरह से कर सकता हूँ सर। तो ये
कर
मेरा
सकते हैं, जहाँ पर आपने मिथ लिखा है ना, उसको शायद आप ना लिखें, क्योंकि आप थोड़े बायस हो गए हैं।
जी सर।
इसको पढ़ो आप, मिथ वाले को।
जी सर। जो लेजेंड का नाम होगा सर, फिर उसके बाद हिस्ट्री और मिथ। तो ये
हिस्ट्री और
हिस्टोरिकल और मिथिकल
और लगा रखा।
जी सर।
हाँ, तब ठीक है, तब ठीक है।
अच्छा
हाँ, और मिथिकल है तब ठीक है।
करना चाहिए इसको काम की कितना स्कोप है?
डेफिनेटली डेफिनेटली हो सकता है। Nowadays we are pursuing a project which is related to the palaces. Few days back I came here at Rampur. So my effort is also to identify certain stories, even myths, but that is not mentioned in the title, but we are doing this kind of research also. Project है, तो मैं भी कर रहा हूँ इस तरह के काम।
तो क्या इसमें मतलब लिटरेचर रिव्यू किस तरह का रहेगा? टूल्स क्या यूज कर सकते हैं?
देखो, ये है हिस्टोरिकल, स्टोरी बेस्ड होगा आपका। तो आपकी ये जो है ना स्टोरी जो होंगी ना, वो या तो आप डेल्फी मेथड यूज करोगे। डेल्फी मींस एक्सपर्ट ओपिनियन लोगे, एक्सपर्ट मींस वहाँ के एल्डरली पीपल लोगे। तो उनकी जो स्टोरी होगी ना, आपको ये लिखना पड़ेगा कि दिस इज बेस्ड ऑन द स्टोरीज गिवन बाय पीपल। हाँ, क्योंकि डेल्फी मेथड आपको मेंशन करना पड़ेगा, और क्योंकि उसकी अपनी जस्टिफिकेशन नहीं दे पाओगे आप। वो हिस्ट्री है और उस पर मिथ्स भी हो सकती हैं, तो डेल्फी मेथड से ही आप जस्टिफाई करोगे, है ना। अगर आपका वहाँ कोई डॉक्यूमेंटेड दिखाना है तो वो जजमेंट से देखोगे आप वहाँ पर। जजमेंट वहाँ पर जाओगे, जब आप वहाँ पर जाओगे तो कुछ फोटोग्राफ्स लोगे आप वहाँ पर, फिर आप बताओगे कि ऐसा मैंने ऑब्जर्व किया है, ये मेरी जजमेंट है। और साथ में उसमें क्या जोड़ोगे आप? डेल्फी मेथड जो वहाँ के बुजुर्ग लोग हैं उनकी स्टोरीज, एक्सपर्ट हैं उनकी स्टोरीज, या आप आर्कियोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट से आप कंसल्ट करोगे तो वो कुछ आप हिस्ट्री वहाँ से लोगे।
लैंग्वेज एंड कल्चर डिपार्टमेंट से भी
हाँ, वहाँ से।
अच्छा सर,
इस तरह से होगा। बहुत बढ़िया,
ठीक है। थैंक यू सर। आप क्या सर, आपका गाइडेंस काम करेंगे सर। थैंक यू सर।
Some more questions, still we have enough time. So yes, Satpal sir.
गुड आफ्टरनून सर। मैं सर एक टॉपिक मतलब टाइटल पे काम करना चाहता हूँ। बेसिकली जो हमारा लवी फेयर है, बेसिकली सर इट वाज ट्रेड फेयर। अगर हम इसमें देखें सर, अभी क्यूलिनरी डाइवर्सिटी का एक कंसेप्ट है। अभी अगर हम ग्राउंड में जाएंगे तो खाने के बहुत सारे वहाँ पे स्टॉल लगते हैं, जिसमें हमने देखा है सर पिछले कुछ टाइम से सिड्डू की अगर हम देखें तो वहाँ पर मैं कल परसों पिछले कुछ दिनों से विजिट कर रहा हूँ, तो 8 से 10 वहाँ पर स्टॉल्स लगे हैं सर। डिफरेंट स्टॉल्स हैं जिसमें आपका कुल्लू सिड्डू है, शिमला सिड्डू है, और आपके इवन करसोग से लोग हैं, और अलग अलग डिफरेंट इवन कांगड़ा के स्टॉल्स में भी सिड्डू बन रहे हैं। ऑल्दो इट वाज एक हमारा हिमाचल अपर शिमला में ये हो रहा है पहले। तो इसमें मैंने एक वो सोचा था सर, इसका एवोल्यूशन ऑफ सिड्डू इन लवी फेयर, एवोल्यूशन ऑफ कि कब से शुरू हुआ। कि अगर हम देखें सर, फूड में ही 10 से 15 सालों से लवी में इवॉल्व हुआ है। हाँ जी, स्टडी ऑफ क्यूलिनरी डाइवर्सिटी एंड कंज्यूमर प्रेफरेंसेस। हाँ ठीक है, क्योंकि अगर हम उसमें देखें ना सर, तो बहुत सारे उसमें मैंने इसमें क्वेश्चनेयर भी एक बनाया सर, वो शायद उसको हमको वो करना पड़ता है, तो मैं आपसे उसके बारे में।
अच्छा, एक चीज़ और मैं बताता हूँ आपको।
जी सर।
शायद मैं इंट्रोडक्शन में छोड़ गया, शायद टाइम की वजह से होगा जी। इंट्रोडक्शन दो तरह की होती है। जो डेफिनेशन देंगे आप इंट्रोडक्शन की, एक होती है ऑपरेशनल डेफिनेशन, एक होती है डेफिनेशन। ऑपरेशनल डेफिनेशन एंड डेफिनेशन, यहाँ पर आपको ऑपरेशनल डेफिनेशन देनी पड़ेगी ये सिड्डू की। देखो, मैं इसको थोड़ा सा क्लियर कर देता हूँ। कंसेप्चुअल डेफिनेशन क्या चीज है? जैसे एक सोशियो इकोनॉमिक पैटर्न स्टडी का नाम है। अब सोशियो इकोनॉमिक में सोशल और इकोनॉमिक जो पैरामीटर्स हैं वो तो पता नहीं, देयर इज एन नंबर ऑफ पैरामीटर्स, सोसाइटी से भी रिलेटेड और इकोनॉमी से रिलेटेड भी। आप तो सबको नहीं ले रहे हैं आप क्या लिखेंगे? ठीक है, सोसाइटी से रिलेटेड ये है, इकोनॉमी से रिलेटेड है, पर मेरा कंसर्न इस रिसर्च में सोशल का ये है और इकोनॉमिक का ये है। उसी तरह से फूड हैबिट्स, बहुत सारी फूड हैबिट्स हैं, उसमें आपने क्या करना है कि मेरा कंसर्न सिडू इज ए फूड, तो इससे है, तो ऑपरेशनल डेफिनेशन आपको क्लियर करनी होगी वहाँ पर, अदरवाइज वो रीडर को यही नहीं पता लगेगा सिडू है क्या चीज़, है ना, चीज़ क्या, तो ऑपरेशनल डेफिनेशन आपको देनी होगी। बहुत बढ़िया,
थैंक यू सर।
हाँ 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 हाँ
टाइम से बिल्कुल ट्रेडिशन से अलग उसमें आ गए
हाँ
और बहुत ही ज़्यादा इसको हम अगर कॉस्ट बेनिफिट में भी देखें सर, फर्दर वो हो सकता
हाँ
है।
बिल्कुल।
Sir, there is another question, online participant, Dr. Chamanlal sir. What is the ultimate purpose of advanced research? The creation of knowledge, the process of humanity, or the pursuit of truth itself?
देखिए जी, रिसर्च का पर्पस इसमें सुनाई दे रहा है?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
The purpose of research is to excel in academia. Education is meant for learning, definitely, then advanced learning up to wisdom. Wisdom बहुत बड़ी टर्म है, so it is one step ahead in academia. जब हम एजुकेशन ले रहे हैं, this is the stage where we are concerned with providing something to the society, for the stakeholders, for ourselves, for everyone. So this is the stage, research is the stage where we are justifying ourselves as educated people. So definitely it is meant for all, not only for knowledge, not only for say benefit of few, but for all.
Thank you very much, sir. Another question is there in the chat box. Ashwini Kumar Sharma, RVS GCC ma. Can good teacher be a good researcher, or vice versa at classroom teaching level like in colleges?
I have at the very outset stated that academia is different than research. Only those people who are having interest in research, only then they can do research. Academia is just concerned with the reading books, teaching, learning. Whereas for research, we have to be creative, we have to develop the interest in pursuing research, though it is related to academia, but it requires special skills.
सर
Thank you, sir. Still, I can take two. Yes, yes, please.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन है।
Yes.
सर नमस्ते।
नमस्ते।
सर मैं संगीत विषय से आता हूँ, और सर ने जो भी बात की लोक गाथाओं की
हाँ।
और लोक गीतों की,
हाँ।
मान लो, तो सर मान लो किसी और किसी लोक गीत पर रिसर्च कर रहे हैं,
हाँ हाँ
और सर मुझे लगता है वो लिटरेचर के को बेस मान के शायद उस पर रिसर्च करेंगे, मगर मैं संगीत को बेस मान के उसमें रिसर्च करना चाहता हूँ,
हाँ हाँ।
मगर सर उसमें प्लेगरिज्म में कैसे बचा जाए? फिर
नहीं,
दिक्कत ये है सर।
प्लेगरिज्म तो आपने अगर वो उसका म्यूजिक का वो टोन वो कॉपी किया होगा
जी सर।
तब तो हो सकता है कि भाई इन्होंने मेरा म्यूजिक चोरी कर दिया, है ना। अदरवाइज अगर आपका अपना क्रिएटिव है या आप एनालिसिस कर रहे हो उसके म्यूजिक का कि वो उसका म्यूजिक ठीक है या नहीं है, उसमें क्या कमी है, और फिर आप उसको इम्प्रोवाइज कर रहे हो।
अगर सर मेरे को उसका म्यूजिकल जो नोटेशन लिखने के लिए उसके साहित्य को भी लिखना पड़ेगा, सेम चीज सर को भी करनी पड़ेगी, तो इसमें वो सॉफ्टवेयर समझ नहीं पा रहा कि वो म्यूजिक की बात हो रही है या फिर लिटरेचर की बात हो रही है, तो उसको लग रहा है कि प्लेगरिज्म हो रहा है।
जो प्लेगरिज्म होगा वो तो लिटरेचर को ही पकड़ेगा,
हाँ जी,
वो तो लिटरेचर को ही पकड़ेगा।
वही बात है सर, एट द एंड हमारे को वो चीज लिखनी पड़ेगी,
हाँ
तो सर को भी लिखनी पड़ेगी सेम चीज मेरे को भी लिखनी पड़ेगी। मेरा पर्सपेक्टिव म्यूजिक का है, सर का पर्सपेक्टिव लिटरेचर का है,
हाँ।
तो ये चीज सर थोड़ी इसमें कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट हुई है प्लेगरिज्म के अंदर।
जहाँ तक म्यूजिक का कंसर्न है, अब मुझे नहीं पता ये म्यूजिक का किस तरह से देखते हैं, लेकिन जहाँ लिटरेचर की बात है, लिटरेचर को जो विच इज द स्क्रिप्ट दैट कैन बी चेक्ड बाय द सॉफ्टवेयर। अब म्यूजिक को टोन को कैसे पकड़ते हैं वो तो अभी प्लेगरिज्म में तो हमने नहीं कर रखा हुआ। ये फर्स्ट टाइम मैं ये सुन रहा हूँ कि म्यूजिक को जो सॉन्ग गाया है उसको कैसे प्लेगरिज्म चेक करता होगा ये नहीं।
बेसिकली सर हम क्या करते हैं, हम किसी भी गाने की, किसी भी लोकगीत जो भी लोग गाता है उसकी नोटेशन बना के दिखाते हैं कि इस गाने को इस तरह से गाया जाता है और इस इलाके में इस तरह से गाया जाएगा, उस इलाके में इस तरह से गाया जाएगा। मगर सर उसके लिए भी हमारे को उसका बेसिक जो एक उसका लिटरेचर है, मान लो कोई भी गाना है तो उसको हमारे को लिखना पड़ेगा सर।
हाँ, लिटरेचर तो प्लेगरिज्म चेक कर देगा,
हाँ जी,
क्योंकि दैट इज देयर इन द ब्रेन ऑफ गूगल, है ना। पर अब म्यूजिक टोन है वो नहीं,
जी
उस फील्ड में तो हम
कहने का मतलब इसका कोई है इलाज नहीं है।
इसका नहीं होगा
जी सर,
इसका नहीं होगा।
ठीक है सर, थैंक यू।
Thank you very much, sir. For okay, sir. Yes, sir.
ये जो साइटेशन के मामले में हमारा इंडिया का जो इंटरनेशनल में क्या स्टेटस है, किस कंट्री का सबसे ज्यादा साइटेशन होता है?
साइटेशन में तो डिपेंड करता है, अब ये कंट्रीज का होगा। साइटेशन तो डिपेंड करता है सब्जेक्ट टू सब्जेक्ट। हाँ, जैसे ये ऑक्सफोर्ड हार्वर्ड यूनिवर्सिटीज हैं, इनका टॉप में है, इनके अपने साइटेशन इंडेक्स बने हुए हैं, इनका सबसे ऊपर कंट्रीज का। हाँ, हार्वर्ड का है, ऑक्सफोर्ड का है, इनका टॉप।
Yes, Dr. Chitendra Sani. Sir, you have to speak on microphone. Our online participant can even online participant भी सुनेंगे सर, आगे आगे बोलेंगे तो। माइक।
गुड इवनिंग सर। उसमें सर हमारी ज्योग्राफी पोस्ट लिखी स्कूल में मैंने सर।
हाँ जी।
तो हमारा स्टूडेंट ने अप्लाई किया, मैंने कहा उसे अप्लाई करने को वहाँ पे, तो उसे ये कहा कि यू आर सिंपली पीटी फ्रॉम आवर सब्जेक्ट सर, कि आप कहीं पब्लिकेशन है क्या किसी इसमें। तो ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट बन गया सर, मतलब ना तो कोई ऐसी पब्लिकेशन वो बताएंगे सर जहाँ पे मतलब बच्चे आसानी से मतलब सर अपना वो पब्लिश कर सकें, क्योंकि इस लेवल में सर रिसर्च भी हाई लेवल की तो नहीं होती है और थोड़ा सा पैसे की कमी होती है। मतलब उनसे
भी स्टैंडर्डाइज्ड है ना जी, वो तो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट है ना। जो स्कोपस में है ना वो फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट हैं सारे, लेकिन उसके लिए स्टैंडर्ड बड़ा हाई चाहिए, है ना। उसके एथिकल कंडीशंस फुलफिल होनी चाहिए, ओरिजिनलिटी होनी चाहिए।
ओरिजिनलिटी तो क्योंकि हम फील्ड में जाके करते हैं, हमारे
स्टूडेंट्स से करवाना,
हमारे पीजी को होते हैं,
स्टूडेंट्स के हैं।
यस सर।
स्टूडेंट्स का स्टैंडर्ड क्या मतलब, वो रिसर्च
हाँ
पूरा है,
रिसर्च होता है सर,
तब तो आप सबमिट कर सकते हो। अगर आपका देखो यूजीसी के ना दो तरह के पीयर रिव्यू हैं, ग्रुप 1 एंड ग्रुप 2।
नहीं सर, उनको ऐसे यूजीसी से नहीं चाहिए रिकमेंडेशन सर, स्कूल्स को उनका पेपर कहीं पब्लिश होना चाहिए सर।
अच्छा, वैसे तो बहुत सारे जर्नल्स हैं, लेकिन वो हम इन प्लेटफॉर्म से उनकी हम बात ही नहीं करते हैं, ठीक है ना। वैसे तो बहुतों ने खोल रखे हैं, अगर ऐसे सिंपल चीज हो ना बच्चों के लिए, वो तो बहुत सारे हैं, लेकिन हम बात करते हैं जो यूजीसी के हैं, स्कोपस के हैं, पीयर रिव्यूड है, इन्हीं की बात होगी। एच इंडेक्स है, आई इंडेक्स है, स्कोपस है ना। और ये यूजीसी ने दो तरह के दे रखे हैं, एक अपनी क्वालिफाइड पीयर रिव्यू है ग्रुप 1, उसमें छप जाते हैं, लेकिन जो ग्रुप 2 होगा वो जितने भी इंटरनेशनली ग्लोबली जो इंडेक्स है ना उससे वो रिकॉग्नाइज्ड है, ग्रुप 2 यूजीसी का पीयर रिव्यू।
और जैसे प्रोजेक्ट्स देते हैं सर,
हाँ हाँ,
उसमें भी स्टूडेंट को पार्टिसिपेशन है सर, तो वही करा जाता है सर एज रिसर्च एसोसिएट।
अच्छा उसकी इसमें एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज आपको मैं बता रहा हूँ। नीति आयोग ने एक नया प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट किया है, मुझे भी वो प्रोजेक्ट अभी मिला है, अभी परसू कर रहा हूँ इसको। उसमें क्या है कि सर्वे करवाने हैं, हिमाचल के लिए भी सिलेक्ट किया, हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी को हमारे पास दे रखा है वो प्रोजेक्ट। उसमें बच्चों को इन्वॉल्व करना है, हमने कर दिए हैं 10 एक स्टूडेंट हमने कर दिए। उनको सर्वे में भेजेंगे हम विलेजेस में, और जब वो काम कंप्लीट करेंगे, सैंपल वगैरह हम वगैरह जब वो डाटा लाएंगे तो हम एनालिसिस करवाएंगे, करेंगे, और उसके बाद उनको सर्टिफिकेट भी मिलेगा और प्रोग्राम भी, कोर्स भी आने वाली 2-3 साल में वो कोर्स चलेगा गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का, नीति आयोग का। तो इस तरह के आप उनसे एक्सरसाइजेस करवा सकते हैं। हो सकता है थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, लेकिन इस तरह के करवाए जा सकते हैं। या फिर कोई भी जो आप प्रोजेक्ट करवाते हो, हाँ, तो सर्टिफिकेट आप देंगे ना उनको कि हमारे अंडर इन्होंने ये प्रोजेक्ट किया है ना। तो एक्सपेरिमेंट एक्सपोजर तो होगा ना उनका। इवन अगर उन्होंने कहीं भी बाद में जाना हो तो आप वो बता सकते हैं ये प्रोजेक्ट मैंने प्रिपेयर करके अपने पास रखा होगा, है ना। तो किसी जॉब में या कहीं वो बेनिफिशियल हो सकता है।
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your valuable inputs and satisfactory response to all the participants, online as well as offline. Yes, one more question. Question is there, sir. Should I take this one?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, sir. How the outcomes of research in humanity can practically useful, beneficial for mankind, society? Can you explain with some example?
हाँ, अगर आपने अच्छे से रिसर्च कर रखी है ना, वो पब्लिश करवा दी और जिनसे रिलेट कर रही है उनको उसकी कॉपी दे दी, वो अपनी पॉलिसी में लगाएंगे उसको। और जब पॉलिसी में लगाएंगे तो डेफिनेटली उसकी इम्प्लीकेशन होंगी। If that brainstorming is applied by the policy makers and is conveyed to the stakeholders, there would be provision for the stakeholders, and that would be beneficial for them, and definitely that would be beneficial for the humanity. If that is placed in the library, then there is no use of that research. तो अगर वो पहुंच जाए जिस तक वो पहुंचनी है वो रिसर्च, तो बेनिफिशियल होएगी। अगर वो नहीं पहुंच पाई तो वो ह्यूमैनिटी को बेनिफिट नहीं देगी। ये है।
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable inputs and satisfactory responses to all the participants. Now we are switching. Yes, this would be the last question, please. Okay. But it is requested to please brief your question and should be specific one, please.
So there are a number of journals on the online platforms. But how do we find whether this is authenticity of the journals I'm talking about? There are a lot of predatory journals also. And when we talk of impact factors, there are, I mean, we really don't know whether the impact factor they show it is authentic or not. I mean, how do we check that?
जो स्कोपस का 200 वाली लिस्ट है, आप एक तो उसको गो थ्रू करो, उसमें से ही सिलेक्ट करना आपने, तो जितने फेक होंगे ना वो बाहर हो गए। दूसरा, यूजीसी केयर की जो है ना ग्रुप टू देखो आप, वो ऑथेंटिक है। अगर ग्रुप 2 में आपका पेपर नहीं आ रहा है, आप समझते हैं कि थोड़ा ज़्यादा हाई स्टैंडर्ड का है, तो ग्रुप 1 में ले लो, यूजीसी केयर ग्रुप 1, है ना, तो वो भी हो सकता है। तो उससे बाहर अगर आप नहीं जाएंगे तो आप बच पाएंगे उनसे जो जितने फेक जर्नल है। हो सकते हैं, नहीं है नहीं, हो सकते हैं।
के सर,
कोई भी चलेगी।
सर गुड इवनिंग सर। सर जैसे आपने कहा कि जब हम प्राइमरी बेस्ड स्टडी करते हैं, खासकर कि जब हम पूरा पॉपुलेशन ऑब्वियसली बढ़ा रहता है ना, तो उसमें से हम सैंपल लेते हैं सो दैट कि वो रिप्रेजेंट करे पूरे पॉपुलेशन को। इज देयर कि वे कोई कंडीशन की भाई मिनिमम इतना % ऑफ सैंपल आपको लेना चाहिए टू जस्टिफाई द कंक्लूजन और एनालिसिस? थैंक यू सर।
अगर वो प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग है ना, तो उसके लिए कुछ एक फॉर्मूले हैं, जैसे कोचरन फार्मूला। तो जब हम 5% सिग्निफिकेंस लेवल देखते हैं तो 384 बताता है, वो मिनिमम लिमिट है, 384 से ऊपर होना चाहिए, है ना, कोचरन फार्मूला। तो उसके हिसाब से प्रोबेबिलिटी पे लगेगा, नॉन प्रोबेबिलिटी पे कोई नहीं है। उसमें तो लिमिट नहीं है, उसमें तो क्या है, स्नोबॉल लगेगा या परपजिव होगा, ठीक है ना। लेकिन जहाँ प्रोबेबिलिटी सैम्पलिंग है वहाँ पर कुछ एक फॉर्मूले हैं, वो लिमिट बताते हैं भाई एटलीस्ट इतना होना चाहिए, इससे ऊपर आप थोड़ा रखो सैंपल।
Thank you very much, sir. And thank you very much to all the participants for such an active engagement. So now we are moving to switching to the valedictory part of our faculty development program. We take this moment to reflect on the intellectual growth, new learning, and collaborative engagement that this 1 week faculty development program has offered. A warm welcome to all the participants and distinguished resource person in the valedictory part of our FTP on leading the future, innovation and excellence in academia. We are living in the era where education continuously reshaped by digital technology, global collaboration, interdisciplinary learning, and outcome-based approaches. In such a dynamic environment, leadership quality, innovation, and excellence in academia are the driving force that empowers institutions to adopt, evolve, and excel. This FTP, leading the future innovation and excellence in academia, encourage us to look a broader picture of the education. It addresses the need to integrate innovation with traditional values, to merge global perspective with local realities, and to balance digital technology to the human touch. Through this program, we try to create a platform where the ideas can be exchanged, perspective can be broadened, and capabilities are built, ultimately leading to the more vibrant and future-ready academic environment. So, for the concluding remarks, may I request our senior faculty member, Dr. T.T. Verma, sir, to come forward for a concluding remarks, please.
Thank you, Negi. Good evening, everyone. Respective Principal of the College, Dr. Pankaj Bsotia, sir. Resource Person, Professor Devendra Sharma, sir, from Department of Commerce, HP University, Shimla. Advisory members, organizing secretaries, Dr. Anuradha Kanen, Dr. Asha Garg, and Galaxy of Academia, joining online and offline. At the very outset, I would like to congratulate Principal Sir and the entire team of the college for organizing 1 week faculty program on leading the future, innovation and excellence in academia successfully. As many as 291 participants across the state attended the program online and offline mode. Various relevant topics, issues regarding use of AI tools, time management, health issues, governance issues, entrepreneurship and industrial collaboration, advanced research skills and ethics were discussed to explore innovative ideas for transformation of knowledge economy. Hopefully, all participants have enriched their knowledge and motivated to apply insights attained during the program to foster research, innovation, and academic excellency. I take this opportunity to acknowledge kind cooperation and guidance extended by Dr. Devendra Sir for organizing academic activities in our college time to time and active engagement of participants for the success of this event. Thank you all.
On this valedictory session, I would like to welcome our senior faculty member and vice principal of the college, Dr. Vidyabandhu Negiji, who is connected with us virtually. And I request our vice principal, sir, to give your own concluding remarks to this faculty development program. I request technical team to unmute Dr. Vidyabandhu Negi sir. So I think he is disconnected. So moving to the next segment, I would like to invite Organizing Secretary Dr. Asha Garg to come forward for formal vote of thanks.
A very good evening to one and all present. Respected Chief Patron Dr. Pankaj Basotia, Principal GC Rampur, esteemed resource person Professor Dr. Devinder Sharma, Chairman Department of Commerce, HP University, respected members of the FDP Advisory Committee, senior faculty members Dr. Vidyabandhu Negi ji, Dr. T.D. Verma ji, Mr. Rajesh Negi ji, Organizing Secretary Dr. Anuradha Negi Kanan, dedicated participants joining from every corner of HP, and all my dear colleagues. On behalf of the college fraternity of GC Rampur, it is my distinct honor to present a heartfelt vote of thanks as we conclude this enriching 7-day faculty development program on the leading the future, innovation and excellence in academia. But before I proceed with it, I would like to briefly summarize the 7-day FDP journey. We are glad to inform that near about 290 participants registered for this program. The program commenced on 1st of December 2025 with the inaugural address of our Chief Patron, Dr. Pankaj Basotia sir, followed by a warm welcome by Dr. Anuradha Negi Kanan, convener of Research Development and Innovation Committee. Eminent resource person of day one, Professor Dr. Manu Sood from the Department of Computer Sciences, HP University, delivered an insightful session on digital tools and AI in education. He explained that the artificial intelligence is not meant to replace educators, rather serve as a powerful tool to enhance teaching. He stressed on the importance of balancing AI with our natural creativity and intelligence for optimal educational outcomes. On day two, esteemed resource person Mr. Hitesh Azad, HAS, Additional Director of Youth Services and Sports, Himachal Pradesh, delivered a talk on the time management skills and importance of health and nutrition in maintaining work-life balance. He highlighted that effective time management is key to success and encouraged all the participants to prioritize tasks systematically. He also discussed the compounding effect relating it to both finances and personal health management. On day three, a distinguished resource person, Mr. Gyanchand Raita, former advisor to the Himachal Pradesh Private Educational Institutions Regulatory Commission, spoke on attaining academic excellence with special reference to governance issues. He underscored the importance of good governance, transparency, accountability, and sustainable resource use as pillars of institutional excellence. He also highlighted that sound financial management enhances institutional credibility. Day 4 featured Dr. Gopal Medha, an expert in educational leadership, discussing leadership and professional development. Dr. Medha described leadership as both a science and an art, introducing concepts such as healthy conflict, action-based leadership, and team learning. He emphasized that leadership transcends the individual, fostering a collective mindset of collaboration to solve problems. He also reminded us that a student's failure reflects not on the student, but on the teacher and the system as well. Day 5 featured an enriching session by Dr. Ravikant Bhatia, Assistant Professor, Department of Biotechnology, HP University. He delivered an insightful talk on entrepreneurship and industry collaboration, covering fundamental aspects of the entrepreneurial journey, right from idea generation, market validation, prototype development, to funding channels. He also highlighted the critical role of incubation centers and innovation hubs, explaining various models of collaboration to foster a successful startup ecosystem. On day 6, that is today, we have witnessed a highly informative session on advanced research skills and ethics by our distinguished resource person, Professor Dr. Devinder Sharma. Sir, you have very nicely explained about all the skills related to the paper writing and about the UGC guidelines for writing any paper, as well as you also described the various types of journals, the peer-reviewed journals, which we should choose wisely. So you have also enriched our understanding related to the selection of appropriate research designs and advanced research tools and technologies, including the statistical tools, data analysis, and plagiarism detection tools. Above all, I think you have made us learn that ethics is the backbone of research, as honesty, transparency, and accountability lay the moral foundation for all scholarly work. As we carry the learning from these 6 enriching days into our institutions, we look forward to the valuable feedback from our participants through overall feedback form in our final session tomorrow, which shall help us improve our future initiatives. In conclusion, on behalf of the entire college fraternity, I owe this opportunity to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who contributed to the success of this program. First and foremost, we express our deepest gratitude to our chief patron, Dr. Pankaj Basotia sir, for his visionary guidance and unwavering support, which laid a strong foundation for this event. Our sincere and profound thanks to all our distinguished resource persons who generously shared their expertise. Each session has profoundly sharpened our perspectives and enriched our academic practice. We are grateful to the FDP Advisory Committee, comprising of respected principals and senior faculty members from various cluster colleges, for their unwavering support. Our sincere thanks to all the senior faculty members of GC Rampur, particularly Dr. Tiri Verma sir and Mr. Rajesh Negi sir, for their invaluable mentorship right from the inception of this idea to the execution. I also thank all the dedicated participants for your active engagement, curiosity, and insightful questions, which gave this program its true meaning and energy. Heartfelt appreciation goes to all the conveners and members of various subcommittees framed for the smooth conduct of this program. Your tireless efforts were instrumental. My utmost gratitude to the entire organizing and research development team for their exceptional and tireless efforts. A word of appreciation goes to the technical team, whose behind-the-scenes support was the backbone of this virtual event. They ensured that every session, whether online or offline, ran without a hitch. I would like to thank the media team for their wonderful coverage, helping us reach a wider audience throughout the week. Finally, on behalf of the organizing team, I thank every individual who contributed directly or indirectly in making this FDP a meaningful and a memorable experience. As we conclude, let us carry forward the lessons, innovations, and connections forged here into our classrooms and institutions. Thank you all once again for your dedication and participation. Wishing you all a great evening ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for briefing all the sessions and presenting vote of thanks. So, before formally concluding this session, I have to make some announcement. We request all dignitaries and participants present in the hall to join us for a group photograph, while online participants may kindly switch on their camera for a quick virtual screenshot, please. All the participants are also requested to fill up the feedback form in next half an hour probably, and also we are sharing overall feedback form as well, so all are requested to fill up the overall feedback form as well and submit it in time. The e-certificate will be shared with you very soon, probably within 1 or 2 days. And now, all the participants present online, as well as all the dignitaries and the participants present in this conference halls, are requested to stand at their respective places for national anthem, please. I also request all the online participants to keep their video on. Video on.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंग विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंग तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you very much. With this, we formally conclude today's session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very, very much.